Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome. It's Coach Daylene here. And today we're talking about, I love this topic. I'm so excited to dig into this, but how to stand in your power, in your essence, and be completely, unapologetically, authentically, like authentic you. So welcome. Here's a warning, my kids are home. There's no school today, but I really wanted to get on and do this live, so you may hear them in the background, and well, that's just life with kids and working from home. So so let's get into this. And I really feel like this message is so important for so many people to hear today. There's a lot of turmoil going on in our world right now. And I think it is really important to stand in your truth and to stand in your power and do what is right for you. The Freedom Convoy going on in Canada is all about fighting for our freedom of choice. So, I just wanted to talk about this. So really talk about like how to stand in your power without judgment. Now, I know one of the things that have really held me back in my life and from really standing in my power is like a fear, okay? I know that I'm a lot. I really am. I know that I have an enormous energy. And when I'm really standing in my power, it really can almost like blow the socks off people. I don't know, I was just born that way. I have a huge aura. People who are very spiritual will come up to me from out of the blue, and even in the online space, they can just feel it and see it, and just like, you have such a huge aura. And I know that. I do have a huge aura. And so for a long time, I was actually working against my natural gifts. And doing a lot of forcing in my business. And I've really learned that that doesn't work. And you have to work with your natural gifts and abilities because they're here for a reason. And so I had a really profound moment, which is a story that I want to tell you about, that absolutely changed the trajectory of who I am and how I show up, and how I stop myself from playing small, right? From that fear of someone saying, you're too much, Daylene, like who are you to say that? Or because I do actually really know that I have a very big energy, and it is sometimes too much for people to handle. I'm very opinionated and sometimes people get triggered by that, and that's okay. But what used to happen to me is I would shrink, right? Like I would bring in my power, bring in my energy. I'd play small because I didn't want to ruffle feathers. I didn't want to get people to get upset with me. I'm like a total recovered people pleaser, right? And so for years and years, I just would, bring in my energy versus letting it go out. And so I wanted to just talk about this profound moment that absolutely changed it. So all the things that you're afraid of, there's little fears that are standing in your way from you really stepping into your power. And for me, it was always like the belief that I'm just too much. Like if I stand in my true essence, if I stand in my true power, then I'm just gonna like blow people away. I'm gonna upset people, that sort of thing, okay? So that was a block, that was a fear that was holding me back. And what I actually learned, like the big lesson that I learned here, is how to actually stand in your power. Is you have to go into all those little fears that are sort of shrinking and make you play small. And there's kind of like a darkness, shame, guilt, all those sorts of things maybe in that energetic field. You have to go in there and shed some light into that, so that when you stand up in that, you already know that you're enough, right? You already have healed that part of you. So it's kind of like one of the sayings that I say a lot is, when you've built the pedestal yourself, nobody can knock you off that pedestal. So you got to go in and find those things that you're really afraid of and get okay with them, okay? So let me share this. A lot of times when we talk and sharing stories, it helps people to really be able to fully grasp and embody the whole message that I'm trying to share with you today. So what ended up happening with me this summer, this is kind of an embarrassing story, but again, we're talking about being unapologetic and being okay with it, right? Sharing your truth. It's your story. It's your experience. It's your life experience. And so what ended up happening, I went to a family wedding this year. Not to a family, I mean a close friend wedding, a neighbor. And ended up having a little bit too much to drink. Okay, actually, I had a lot too much to drink. I really, really had a wonderful, delightful time. It was great, and had a good time at the wedding. But then the next morning, I knew that at the gift opening, I'm gonna have to go and face all these people, and there were some people there who have a distaste for me, let's just put it that way, and it's all good, whatever. So I'm like, okay, how am I gonna handle this situation? And so what I did, you guys, is I literally thought to myself, well, I have to own it, right? And take responsibility for my actions and not be ashamed of it, because truly I had the most amazing time. We danced all night. We had so much fun. It was totally a great, great night. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna own it. And I had this shirt, it was super cute, but right across my boobs, right here, it said, may contain wine, okay? And I thought, oh, I'm gonna wear that shirt because that really is the truth. And sure enough, when I came to the wedding the next day, or the gift opening, there was a lady there, and she was like mocking me and making fun of me and like trying to, present like guilt and shame and that sort of thing. And what I did, and it was such an empowering moment, because when you own it, when you claim who you truly are, nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can make you feel something, right? Nobody can make you feel shame if there's no shame there. Do you understand that? Oh my gosh, it's so powerful. So she's making fun of me, and everyone's looking at me, and I feel all the stares of everybody. And I point to my shirt and I'm like, yep, I drank too much last night, but I had one hell of a good time, right? Like, it was so much fun. And the lady who was literally trying to shame me, she just looked at me with this shocked look, like she couldn't believe, like she couldn't shame me, right? She couldn't make fun of me because I freaking owned it. Like, I owned it. I took responsibility for my actions and made light of it. So if I would have been feeling shame and guilt about that night and like, oh yeah, she totally could have taken my power away. She could have, but I didn't allow that person to take my power away because I owned it. And I really think, hi Sarah, that it's more important than ever. Like, share this video if you resonate with this message, because it's so, so important. When you own who you are, right? I accept I'm a lot, okay? I'm very opinionated. I'm high vibe. I talk a mile a minute. I have a lot to say. I'm passionate. Like, when you come onto my lives, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel my passion. I am like one passionate woman. And a passionate woman is like, it's your greatest gift. Hi, Doris. Doris, you're gonna totally remember the story I just shared. But it was just really empowering, and I really think that is so important, because people cannot make you feel something unless you also feel that. Here's another example. And when you take responsibility, so my son Dallin, he has Down syndrome. He loves to tease me. He teases me all the time. And he'll say things to try and trigger you, right? He wants to push your buttons. He wants to trigger you, and he'll tell me, Mom, you're getting fat, or something like that, right? And like, it never bothers me because I know I don't identify as that, right? I don't identify that I'm someone who's overweight. I mean, yeah, I could lose a few pounds, like, not gonna lie, but I work on it, right? I exercise, I take my vitamins, I drink, here's my water, right? I drink my water. So I personally, in my mind, I identify as someone who is healthy. Like I'm working on my health, I'm conscious of it. But if I identified with that I'm overweight, then I would be triggered by that response. So do you see, are you getting like how powerful this is? Yay! Thanks, Doris. But it's so powerful. So this is how you never, nobody can steal your power. This is how you stand in your power, is to look at those pieces of you, and maybe you have some shame or guilt, but you have to bring those things up and heal them, right? Be okay with them. Sarah says there's nothing wrong with you. Thank you, honey. You are the best. And I just felt like this was such an important message today, because in our world right now, there's a lot of hatred going on. There's a lot of shaming. There's a lot of ostracizing. There's a lot of oppression going on where, let's just call it what it is. Like our prime minister is, he's characterizing, like putting people, oh, you're this, right? If you don't agree with his beliefs. And I think that everybody's perspectives are right. Everybody's opinions are right. Just because you might have a different opinion than me, it doesn't mean that I'm right and you're wrong, or I'm good and you're bad, or vice versa. Everybody matters. Everybody is important. So don't, belittle people, and don't allow people to belittle you. And if you are feeling like you're playing small, or, you just need to look at those pieces of what you're afraid of and go deeper into that. Bring some light into that, right? When you claim it, when you own it and take responsibility for who you truly are, my gosh, the world completely changes. And this is where you truly experience true freedom, really, like true freedom, and being perfectly in, it's kind of, I think it's like, it's an empowerment. You're getting in love with yourself, right? You're loving yourself so much from the inside that the external world has no bearing on you. That's really what it is. And you got to shine on all those perspectives and who you identify as. So I hope you guys loved this video. If it was empowering for you, just like, comment, and share this video out, because I really do feel this is an important message. And it is a way for us to, it's a great tool. It is a great tool to manage and keep yourself in check, so you don't lose yourself as we go through these turbulent times, as things, and here's another really important thing, this message that I want to share with you today. Those of you that are super sensitive to energy, you're going to be feeling it. We're going through turbulence right now, but this is a good thing. Before any breakthrough, before any progress in life, there's always a breakdown before we have a breakthrough. Things are shaking up, things are changing, right? This is how we create change. And I do believe freedom is not free, okay? Freedom, like our forefathers shed blood for our freedom. And so freedom is not free. Oh my gosh, I'm getting all, Dale's like, don't go political. That's my husband. I can't help it. I'm speaking my truth. I'm speaking for what I stand for and what I believe in. So sending you guys love. Thank you for showing up on my live stream. I hope that you are having a delightful day. All right, everybody, make it a great day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.